They fucking pump these movies out. The other one we watched the other night, A Good Man.
That's barely a title.
It's all 3 words too. Yeah.
A Good Man. Yeah, where he plays.
Does he play the good man?
Yeah, he's the good man.
Of course.
And so basically, the plot is this: he's like some kind of ex-special. It's always ex-special forces.
Right.
And he's living in Bucharest. And he, just has an apartment, and he's been tracking this weapons dealer that got away when he murdered all these people that killed his partner. They have a flashback scene in the beginning where you see him sneaking into some building, just fatly going around corners, while his special ops partner, who looks like a fucking homeless person. This guy's like, again, 57, 60 years old, emaciated, shitty, like fucking, like Civil War general, like
Fu Manchu type shit.
That kind of shit, like McClellan. That's what he looks like. And he's like, we got to get into you got 2 tangos on your left, This homeless guy in the woods on Overwatch, and Steven Seagal, and then like a thing blows up and some girl dies, and so he's upset, so he wants to go find this weapons dealer who's a Chinese guy, and he's in Bucharest, and he's like killing these Russian gangsters, and his calling card when he kills them is he leaves some incense on the ground and then just scribbles some bullshit in Chinese. And so his neighbor, who's this woman who's like having trouble getting into her apartment one day and has like a young girl with her, he's like, need a little help, and then he just breaks into her apartment for her or whatever. And then they're in there and he's like, your kid's nice or whatever. And she's like, yes, I love my sister. And then you see, like, that's supposed to be, like, let you know, like, yeah, her pussy isn't ruined. That's her sister. It's not her daughter. And then Seagal's like, your sister, huh? And he's like,
they make these wouldn't have fucked her before.
Yeah. That's what the implication is. And then and then the plot gets really fucking convoluted. Where the arms dealer is doing a deal with the Russian mob, who he's not really interested in, but the Russian mob owns the neighbor and the sister because her dad owed them money. So when the dad died, she had to become a bartender in their strip club, not a stripper,
not a whore, not a prostitute.
They just make her be a bartender.
She's pure.
But then she still has a really nice apartment, And
the Russian mafia sounds pretty reasonable,
right?
Dude.
Yeah. So the Russian mafia loses all their money or something, and they owe money to the arms dealer. So instead of giving him the money, they're like, we will give you the girl instead.
So she's their slave?
Their slave, basically. But the arms dealer, like, I don't know why he would want a girl. He's like, no, it's $2 million. I don't want just some fucking middle-aged Romanian woman, And then he's like, deal. And then they bring the little girl instead of, like, the main one. And he's like, well, I guess I can sell her to a pedophile. So he lines up a sale with a pedophile. And then the pedophile shows up.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then
there's 3 human transactions in this movie.
Yeah. And then Seagal shows up with this other guy. He does this thing now where he brings a younger martial artist in, and they do the majority of the ass kicking. Then Seagal does barely nothing. Seagal meets the younger guy, and he's like, all right, I'll help you, but you got to do everything my way. And then the guy does everything for himself. Seagal does literally nothing. They save the guy, or they save the girl, and then at the end of the movie, the neighbor is just like, basically like, well, I can't thank you enough. And then he just fucks her. He just fucks the woman. Even though there's been no romantic connection between the two. He's older than her by 40 years.
They make these poor young actresses.
I was going to say how much
that are never going to get any other work.
Well, the fucking scene is him fully clothed while she's naked and he's just touching her body.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't, he's still wearing his sunglasses.
God damn,
and that's
awesome.
Steven Seagal's definition of a good man.
Yeah, that's the good man.